this is Mark Pubet. Today I'm going to explain why I wanted you to skip the new iMac 2012. I have my reason. There was a website and it was a very popular site, and they have torn down the new iMac and they have found many flaws about the manufacturing's detail. First of all, they found that the front panel, the front glass panel, and the LCD are glued with the iMac's aluminum frame. Okay, without any screws or anything, they are glued together with high quality adhesive. Pretty much the same as the iPad and the iPod or iPhone stuff. So it appears that when we buy a device, there is a mark that many website or service centers can give to a certain device. Is called the ability to fix score. Last year, the iMac 2011 earned roughly around 7 out of 10, but this year we got only 3 out of 10. So they have lowered the scores for the new iMac 2012. So you imagine they are glued together. How can we fix them properly? That's the first reason why I didn't want you to buy the new iMac. They have removed the optical drive. Well, the thing is, I understand that today we have come to a new era. We can download things, we can download movie, we can pay by credit card, download it. But I truly believe that we still need optical drive. I use my optical drives every day. I know what I'm talking about. I love this movie. I love it very much. So it lacks the optical drive. Apple wanted to sell more. They wanted you to buy an additional $79 additional external super drive. And I truly believe that lots of you who are watching my video right now, you have seen the Blu-ray quality. And you might think, well, Mark, I don't really care about Blu-ray disc because I have downloaded HD, but believe it or not, I have tried many times. I got a friend who works as the manager at a Sony retail store, and it goes there every day because I want to play the PlayStation 3 games for free. And I have compares many movies between the HD 1080p from the Apple store and the real Blu-ray one that we can purchase. The Blu-ray wins. For me, if I was Tim Cook, I would not remove the optical drive, but I will try my best to make it as thin as possible with optical drive, and I would add Blu-ray support. I understand one thing, and probably you might say a thing like, well, okay, I'll give you an example. Like a few days ago, my mother, she gave me her SD card from her Canon's camera, and she asked me if I can write or transfer all the photos from that SD card to a DVD. I've done that without an optical drive. I couldn't have done that. So from my personal opinion, I don't like it because, first of all, when we talk about glue, when we glue things together, our subconscious mind will guide us to something called toy. But the iMac is an expensive toy. Again, the front panel, the glass front panel, and the LED. Actually, the screen of the iMac is not LED, it's LCD with LED light. But it's not LED screen. The glass and the LCD are glued together, and they are glued to the iMac's aluminum frame. And lastly, I'm very serious about this. You go to the nearest Apple store, and there is a high tendency that, okay, you talk to a salesperson, okay, what should I do? I train those salesperson. I train them. In most cases, they don't know shit about things. They were trying to sell you the most expensive stuff. They don't give a damn because it's your money, it's not their money. So bottom line is, Apple has shrunk the size of the hard drive. They changed the size of the hard drive from 3.5 to 2.5. So now if you buy the iMac 2012, you get exactly the same hard drive found in the entry-level regular MacBook Pro 13-inch. So what would be the difference this time? Buying a laptop or desktop? There is no difference. Even worse, to buy the least expensive iMac 21-inch, you can increase the RAM by yourself. You have to buy 27-inch, then you would get the RAM slot that you can upgrade later on by yourself on the back. They reduce the size of hard drive. Therefore, if you don't upgrade to Fusion drive, your iMac is very slow compared to last year in terms of hard drive. Therefore, Apple forced you to buy the higher end for 21-inch. They forced you to upgrade to Fusion drive, and you have to pay more, $250. And you might say things like, Mark, so what should I do? I got a Facebook fan page, and not very popular, but I got 10, 20 good friends that have been following up with me and they send me messages, and now lots of people trying to figure out what to do when they want to get serious about graphics and movie. They ask me every day, should I wait for the Mac Pro, iMac, whatever. I'm going to give you my idea right now. If you want to start a movie company, I always ask people all the time that, do you want to make movie as a hobby, or you want to get serious as a professional? Do you want to make movie for a living, or just making fun, making a short video using iMovies with your kids? I would suggest that probably you might consider buying the previous generation iMac. Because in terms of processor, when we compare between the new iMac models and old iMac models, they are almost identical. They are slightly faster. RAMs, processors, we got two advantages that we can say huge development. First of all, the Fusion drive, and secondly, the new graphic card. Okay, we forget about movie, After Effects, and we suggest the older model, the last year model. Except for one reason, you really need the Fusion drive. Fusion drive is a combination of a regular drive and a flash storage. They merge them together, not physically, but using a software. If you go to the Macworld site and you search about Fusion drive, there's a way that if you have a flash drive or a flash storage and rotational drive or regular spinning drive, you can merge them together using an Apple software, using the terminal command. So I still believe that 3.5-inch rotational hard drive inside the classic iMac might be fast enough. Only reason available right now is the graphic card. I've said millions of times that the iMac is not a desktop, it's a laptop. And now Apple makes it even more like a laptop by changing the size of the hard drive, make it smaller. If you want to buy the iMac, I would suggest firstly, you might consider buying the last year model. Now you will get very good price because they have lowered the price. Probably might consider buying a refurbished one. I made a video a long time ago about a refurbished Mac. Long time ago, and it went on to become quite popular video. Please kindly check on my channel about refurbished stuff. I'm not going to repeat my statement. Secondly, if you do things for a living, you want to start a company and everything, I would suggest the Mac Pro. But the existing Mac Pro on the market right now, it sucks. Due to Apple marketing strategy. The existing Mac Pro desktop, which is the only models that we can call desktop, it lacks USB 3, it lacks Thunderbolt port, it lacks the Fusion drive, it lacks the screen, it's bulky, expensive, outmoded. So the thing is, I want you to choose between last year iMac and next year Mac Pro, because they will redesign the Mac Pro. You get you get a huge jumps in terms of specs and peripherals and everything. Hey, don't underestimate the power of the price of an outmoded model. I got many friends, not a friend, many friends around the world. They are very happy right now. They purchased last year 27-inch iMac with lower price. And they could save like $300. And they are very happy. And you may not agree with me. Just between you and me, probably we are like neighbors or brothers. If you're a serious gamer, you like to play games a lot, I would suggest you buy a game console from probably the PS3 or the Xbox from Microsoft, or if you really want a computer, I would suggest you buy a custom to order desktop PC if you really want to play games, and the price is $110 compared to the Mac Pro. For me personally, let's say if you're my best friends on earth and you ask me, Mark, should I buy the new iMac 2012? I would ask you first, well, how do you plan on using your computer for? What exactly do you want to do with your computer? How do you plan on using your computer for? Are you a graphic intensive user, a CPU intensive user? And eventually I would say things like, well, you go for the auto one. You buy the top one, but the auto model. Or you wait for next year. Probably, I truly believe that they will fix things. They will fix all the flaws that people found in the products. Probably next year. Or they might release the new iMac with the Fusion Diecom standard. Who knows? Or wait for, but if you are a professional, if you're a professional photographer, if you're a professional films producer, and you want to create, you want to build your own studio, I would suggest probably you wait. Because I believe now you have your machine, you are doing your job using your machine, so I extremely believe that probably wait for the next year Mac Pro. So that's from my opinion. It lacks optical drive, smaller size hard drive, bad ventilation, they changed the design for the fan reverse structure, and the LED or so-called LCD screen with LED light bulb, and also the front glass panel are glued. It's like a toy. You pick up your daughter's toy, you got something glued together with high quality adhesive. You know what? If Steve Jobs was alive in that conference rooms, he would never approve this iMac to be available on the market. In order to be a good company, we have to take full responsibility for our customer. The design is not enough. We need our customer to get the most of the money to get full experience. Let me ask you one question. You want to buy a Mac? Okay, you want to buy a Mac. That's great. But you don't know shit about technology. Probably you're a lawyer, you're a doctor. You know more than me about brain surgeons, cardiovascular. You're a lawyer, you know about law. You're a dentist. But you don't know shit about the difference about the processor, optical, what is fusion drive. You go to a Mac store, you talk to a lousy salesperson, they're going to suck your money. Sell you the most expensive things because they want to make the sale. I know shit. For a decade working for Apple, think twice before you buy. Thanks for watching. By the way, I'm not from the state. I'm living in Bangkok, Thailand in a flood refugee camp.